I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's the Titans going up against the Cardinals. Set for the call of this Week 15 matchup, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charlie Davis.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Tennessee Titans and the Arizona Cardinals. Throwing here to start the drive. And his first pass is incomplete. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
All right, now, look at 56. Back there in Philly. Here we go. All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Uh-oh, Charles, now you get to talk about your old spot, the secondary, very key here in this one.
Yeah, you have to cut me off because, you know, I'll talk about them all game long. Love to see those guys match up and challenge the best wide receivers.
Set, 319! 319!
Halfback sent in motion.
Detroit! Detroit!
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. This is brought in at the 21. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Titan football. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. On second down, Mariota again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Let's meet the starters on the defensive side of the football for Arizona.
And let's talk about Robert Kimdichie, their first-round pick out of Mississippi. I still remember him coming out of high school. An absolute terror, maybe the best high school prospect in the nation. People look to see if his motor is going to run high all the time, because when it does, he is something else.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Mariota now. Wide open receiver complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
To throw Mariota. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. He'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked #1 against the run. It's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down. And Myers able to knock it through. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
It's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Detroit!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
That was not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
Set! Green!
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a third down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. These guys told us, these guys being the coaches, they wanted to really stretch the field, get the ball down deep. They were able to do that here.
And you know when you stretch the field, you often leave guys in one-on-one situations, and that allows your better athletes to go up and get the football. I love the preparation that they put into this. They made it a priority, and they got what they expected.
All right, here we go. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Crutch. Gun. Gun. All right, here we go. Blue,
and the back goes into motion. They'll look to throw now on first down. And that's caught inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to go for a big play. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
So they're operating in the red zone. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They come up in an offset eye. 2nd and goal from the 5. They go power. This is Johnson, the fullback. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Disastrous outcome there on 3rd and goal. They lose 9 yards on the sack. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Titans now. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, you know, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. but it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage.
Mariota on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Give him 16 on the pickup, and it's good enough for a Tennessee first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down to the 36-yard line here. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On play action, Mariota. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. Touchdown, Titans. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans have taken the lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He'll put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe. It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
They come up in an offset eye. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return will stop right around the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. They'll
run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Mariota now on 2nd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And time for us to take a break here in the booth. More from the desert after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Second and goal. Defense digging in again here. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's third and goal. Now they'll run it on the taunts. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
And they might think about going for it here, but it's still just the second quarter. Take the 3 points, tell the defense you believe in them, and let them get the ball back for you.
And Myers able to knock it through. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
All right, now look at 56.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And got his man complete. A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Hurry up, watch 89, he's yours. Detroit! Check 3. Detroit!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look, and the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the defense will try and pin their ears back and get pressure again here after the sack. It's third down. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
All right, now look at 56. Look at 56.
Out of the gun now on third down. Going right side here, and that's complete. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. So a field goal here. They're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Final play of the half here. Mariota finding time. Trying to lay one up deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Well, that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time. But the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission.
It's a pickup of 14 there, and that'll be good for a Tennessee first.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
They go play action here on first down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a gain of 24 that time. And it's good enough for a Tennessee first down.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Down right around the 25. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DM.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
3rd and long here for Mariota. Throwing right, and that's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 24 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They'll come out in the pistol. Again, we'll see the pistol here. 2nd down, Mariota. This will be caught at about the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A great effort there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's got some space here. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They'll set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
3rd and short yardage. Mariota. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the 1st down.
That throw has to be a quarterback's dream, doesn't it? Big tight end, curling in the middle of the field, so it's great sight lines for him. And when they show their numbers back to the quarterback, when they sit down right there, that should be pitch and catch.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
An extra DB added here for the Cards on 3rd.
Blitzer play coverage.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the 4th quarter. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Mariota on first down. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out. 3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Mariota to throw it. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And in this situation with a lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And the Cardinals offense here ready to take over. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take. Over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Oh, a design run for their wideout. And not a whole lot to speak of there, as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
2nd down, 8. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Watch him now, Barney.
On play action, they'll throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he's brought down after a good game. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs.
Set. Green 39. Green.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. A very solid gain of 27. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
I got two. All right, here we go.
Looking to throw. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack. And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, he's going to go down. Look at this, way back around the 43. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to it? Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. Yeah, the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he's on to kick it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
The give to the fullback on the dive, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. So 2nd and medium, 2nd and 5 now.
And there's the pickup you want on 1st down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on 1st down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
It's really no surprise to see them running the ball here. They've got the lead, not much time left. They just want to keep the clock moving, and they can win it right now.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Tennessee, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Arizona, it's a loss that could hurt come playoff seeding time as they fall to 11-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.